because I had a good network and that sort of stuff. But in regards to sort of going to that next level and stuff, it just didn't go anywhere. And I wasn't probably the best coach back then either. So um, I think the biggest thing is probably having a good system. Um, I know I've got,
What do we have straight away? Like he might have said stuff before this, but I've listened to 35 seconds and there's one thing that's super consistent already.
What, he's just lacking a lot of confidence?
Yeah, a super uncertain, super
Yeah.
confident. And we gotta call that out.
Well, how would you do it? Off the rip?
Yeah, straight away, as soon as they say it.
But I should have the setup call. Like I was giving him a fucking Rocky Balboa fucking fight, like pre-fight speech cunt. Like I was firing him up. Don't worry.
It didn't work, clearly,
But
if the cunt's here. The cunt's
yeah,
whispering in
yeah,
my
we
ear, talking about how to beat the system, bro. Fucking cheer up, man.
a shitload of knowledge in my head and reading and listening to personal development for 20 something years, and I know it's all there. It's just, it's in journals and online and things like that. And I haven't really never thought about a book until, I don't know, it was only a few years ago, but yeah, the last 5 or 6 years, getting into a different relationship, and I got very cynical about the world. I think all through the COVID stuff, I was just like fucking government and bullshit, and it's just, um, yeah, just got very cynical about it all, and um, kind of didn't give a fuck anymore. So, um, yeah, now being in a different space, different relationship, it just gives you a bit more of a, I don't know, a brighter outlook on life, and that you want to actually help people again. Because I got comfortable in just the painting and going home and doing nothing really. So I can't even remember what your question was.
no, it's okay, man. You're painting a really good picture for me. So I appreciate you sharing.
I was gonna say, like, you should have jumped in at some point there because he's just chatting a load of fucking waffle.
Yeah, no confidence, bit insecure. Nice guy though, like he was a cool guy. I was like fucking. I thought it changed his life. I was walking away. I got like a $30 USD deposit, and I was walking away like, bro, I've just changed this cunt's life. Um,
Ah,
it turns out it was probably bullshit. He said his bank was fucking freezing and stuff. But now I know it was fuck bullshit. I was sus on it. But yeah.
fucking Tim, man.
So from where I can stand, you do the isogenic Just speed it thing. You up a found bit. That a bit. Is that yeah.
Why are you speaking like you're in slow motion?
Yeah, 1.5 that bitch. Bit average. You didn't think you considered yourself, the best coach in the world. I've got no idea about that. Um, you've been into the personal development space.
What did you say?
Like, I don't know if he was the best coach or not. Because he
I
was
got
saying
comfortable
like he doesn't think he was the best coach. But he was
in
never
just the
even really a
painting and
coach. He
going
was in network marketing.
home
Hmm.
and
But
doing
let me.
nothing really. So
No, it's okay, man. You're painting a really good picture for me. So I appreciate you sharing all that. So from where I can stand, you did the isogenics thing. You found that a bit average. You didn't think you considered yourself, the best coach in the world. I've got no idea about that. Um, you've been into the personal development space for 20 years, and there was a period where, there was a bit of cynicism, just, what's it all worth sort of thing. And now you sort of found yourself,
Here you go again with the Josh Lyons recaps.
yeah, I know, in a bit of a place of, comfort in regards to the painting business. But it sounds like you found, a bit more inspiration recently. So I guess, with this build of 20 years in the personal development space, and you've got all this knowledge locked up, and, it's been a long journey. So, right now, do you think you're in a place to really step into that new role, or what's actually shifted now to where you think it's
So let me tell you why it's a shit question. Let me tell you why your recap fucked you. So your recap fucked you because now you've said everything as if like that's that part of the conversation over. I have a lot I want to get into there. You've been in self-development 20 years, and yet you've decided to go back to painting and just get comfortable. Were you fucking listening when you read any of those books? You were a coach, but you were shit. Why were you shit? Why did you not do well as a coach? What was your biggest struggle as a coach? What was the thing that stopped you from succeeding as a coach? Obviously, he talked about how he hated his life and he was a very big cynic or whatever during COVID. Okay, well, what's changed? And then get into that. But like, I'm not finished
Yeah.
with what he said. I'm gonna tear him a new one on what he said. Because like you could see how unconfident he was about what he said without even diving into it. So when I start diving
Yeah.
into it, he's probably gonna start crying. So you don't want to just move away from stuff. Like as soon as they say it. Like it's not about getting those answers and then just being like, all right, sound. It's about uncovering the surface level and then saying, well, that's interesting. Why would you say that? And diving into it and diving into it and diving into it.
Which part of that would have, because obviously you can't dive into every aspect. Like, what was the main part you think would be the
The
most
crucial
potent thing to
thing
dive into there?
is like that he said he was a coach and he wasn't a good coach.
He
Why?
was really a fucking coach though. He was an isogenics. You know what that is? Like network marketing.
Yeah, but you have hindsight now. But he said he was a coach, so I want to find out why he said he was a coach and why he was a shit coach.
Yeah.
But like, even if he wasn't a proper coach, he thinks he was a coach. So I want to know why he was shit.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't actually matter what your job title is or what other people think you are. All that matters is what Tim thinks he was. And if Tim
Hmm.
thinks he was a shit coach, that would be one of the reasons why he didn't close. Is because when he's lying there in bed at night after giving you $30, he's sitting there thinking, man, I was a shit coach anyway. Why am I? I'm never going to be a coach. What am I talking about?
Yeah. Okay.
And then
You want to
that
boost him up?
slowly creep. Well, no, I just want him to see that logically, of course, you were a shit coach. You didn't have what you needed to succeed as a coach. It wasn't that you don't have it, it was just that you don't have the right systems in place and the right guidance to succeed as a coach. So I
All
like
right.
the thing that I try and avoid is the rocky speeches because they work sometimes, but it's like if someone gives you a rocky speech, you go for it in train, you're like, I'm in. Then you get home, you sit down, you see the chocolate bar, and you think, well, Apollo in here now. Whereas if you think of things logically or you get the goal so vivid, you're able to keep the fight going throughout your life.
Yeah.
And for this guy, like a bit of logic in terms of like, okay, well, why didn't you succeed as a coach? And giving him the pathway to make it happen just by logically explaining to him why it didn't work last time and what he can do this time. He'll then be able to go, fuck, I might be with a chance here to stop the painting. And that's what it's about. It's about painting that logical pathway for them.
So time to actually step into that role.
Um, yeah, a combination of things. Um, one recently is did my back end, so work was pretty stagnant. I couldn't work basically for about, I think I did 1 week of work in all of December. And even the last few weeks trying to push this job through and finish on Friday was fucking painful. So that is one aspect because I'm looking at that going, well, I don't want to keep doing this because I don't want to have to rely on this because if I get injured or if I hurt myself again, even though I've got income insurance, it's not quite there for these situations. It's not the same. So there's that aspect, but then also getting back to listening to audiobooks and podcasts and things like um, that kind of inspire you in the world again and make you want to, or just to reignite that passion of helping people. It's actually, it's worth it, and it might be fucking hard at the start, but yeah, in the end, it's worth it. And if you can, the main thing is also building leverage and making an impact in the world. So that's why I'd signed up and I'm doing the NLP and breathwork and meditation course and that sort of stuff and doing these hikes. I'm heading to New Zealand, so in on Monday.
Exciting.
Yeah, cannot wait, man. I've got 2 weeks off now, so looking forward to that. So that's kind of the path I'm looking to go down is um, create this book, this system, and then I'm not 100% sure on what to do after that. And I know you mentioned there's different ways to go um, in regards to 90-day programs, retreats, things
The
like
offer.
that. Yeah, yep. Um, So the main reason that is I'm a little bit
One thing you do is you just let them talk way too much.
You just butt in here, or
Yeah, because like he gave you a big thing about why he answered your question, and now he's just talking about a load of fucking bullshit.
sweet.
Like you just go so like the tactic
Yes.
I teach all my guys, and all my guys use the exact same, is you just jump in with something and you say sorry to interrupt you, but you said something really important, and I want to make sure that I don't miss it. You've apologized and you've
The
explained
back
the
thing.
yeah, and they're like, oh, sound, and they never complain. I've never had anybody say fucking don't interrupt me. No, yeah, anyway.
um, I don't know, I see my partner and she is 24/7. Like it feels like she's just on 24/7. And I understand in the beginning it'll be a bit like that because she does 90-day programs and it's evergreen and it just flows and is so and months ago I was just like fuck that because I just don't want to have to deal with that. Like and that was part of my
Yeah, it goes
cynicism
for a while.
um, and being too comfortable. Um, whereas reframing that to go, well, she's making a difference in the world. She's changing people's lives, and it's unbelievable what she's doing. So um, again, I just fucking start talking. I can't remember what I was supposed to answer.
No, it's okay. It's giving me a really clear picture because we're going to dive into like this.
After the first time he does that, right? You got to think about when he does that, he's no longer thinking about the question and the impact that we're trying to have on him with the question. He doesn't
Yeah,
even
that's good.
remember now. Right? So like what we need to realize is we need to say we need to get his answer out the fucking way and then we need to interrupt the cunt.
Yeah, okay.
Because
So why are you ready now?
the longer he talks, the more off track he gets. And the more off track he gets, the harder it is to make him go through that change and become the person that he should be.
So there when I asked him like, well, what, like, why now, sort of thing, and he's like, oh, I did my back and that, sort of thing,
Yeah,
and then go
example.
into and then dig into that pain.
Yeah. And then the other, to be fair, it was lucky he kept talking because he brought up something super interesting which he should have leveraged was that his missus does all the shit that he wants to do. And like I'd be like, if your partner is doing everything that you're wanting to do, why do you think it's taking you so long to get back in the game with it? Like surely having the passion you do for this and wanting to be the type of guy who helps people change his lives. Like why have you sat on the sidelines watching your missus do it for so long? And then he'd be like, I'm just scared. Or he'd give you some bullshit excuse, but he's gonna externalize in some way so you can then handle that to hopefully avoid it at the end of the call.
Systems in the offer and stuff, but that's the easy part. Like we can get into that plan at the end. I just want to see truly where you're at and if you have that true burning desire to make this happen because the people that blow this out of the water and kill it is the ones that have that burning desire to go all in on that. So that is the absolute main thing that I'm looking for because it's all there. You've seen the testimonials, things like that. People have succeeded. It's never an issue, as I said, that the system information is going to come down to the person. So
Yep.
it seems like you're in a place there now. In regards to the job you're doing now, and you said you had the back injury, you could only work one week, was it in December?
Mm.
So has that been an ongoing issue, or is that just recent, like having physical injuries from work to put you out of the ability to make an income?
Yeah, no, it's an old injury, but it hasn't been around for years. It was it's one of those things. I don't believe in coincidences and stuff like that. I know this was kind of like you know, a universal push in a sense. Um, so yeah, it came on, and I think it was just basically um, a little nudge to say you can go down this path, but there's limits and stuff like that. So it's only new, this one.
And what happens if it comes back
Sure.
again and a lot more worse?
What are you gonna say?
I wish I could fucking show him that replay. I can't. Fucking when he said he wants to do another 6 months of, oh fuck. It's like you just gotta take responsibility. Like I should have been better.
Well,
Like it's so you just want
the
to.
reason this guy just never changed is like, yeah, he was saying all these things, but he never really knew why. Like, I've never met a human who's, like, if I could stop working my job in 6 months, I'd love it. But it doesn't mean that they actually like realize the consequences of not. It's like everybody on the sites or everybody I used to work with, they'd always be, I can't wait to get out of here. Like in 5 months, I'm gone. What are you gonna do? No idea. And like you just say that. Like I said that for like 3 years before I finally left. And it's until somebody really holds you to the fire of like, you ain't fucking leaving. You ain't doing nothing. And you really like, fuck, what am I gonna do here? Until
Is that
somebody,
you?
you're
Uh,
not doing it.
you just got to hold that feet to the fire hard, eh?
Yeah, and you gotta like hold them accountable a little bit and just like call them out. And although it's like it's a bit of tough love because this guy's like a little bit of like he's a little bit of a puppy, but like at the same time, when the puppy shits on the floor, you gotta smack it once.
Yeah, it's just a me thing, bro. It's just something I'm gonna get better at. It's hard to just rip into some fucking stranger you just met, eh?
But it's not
But
even about ripping into them. It's just like it because it's actually the most helpful thing you'll ever do for them in their whole life. Like I have guys
yeah,
that I coach now who like I remember our closing call where I just murked them, and like now the guys love me, and like they're some of my best friends because like 2 years ago I just murked them on a call. I was like, if you stay there, you're never leaving. I hope you know that. And like at the time, I was like, fuck, I was a bit mean. And then now, they're like, thank God you said that to me. It's like
uh,
if you're doing it for the right reasons, nobody will ever get annoyed at you for doing it, from my experience.
yeah. No, that's what you and Josh Lyons like agree on. Like that cunt can fucking hold some feet to the fire, but he's always like it's always from a place of love.
Yeah, it
Because
has to be. If it's from the wrong place, then you do just come across as a dick. But if you're doing it for their best interest, like if they don't get it, they'll still remember the conversation. Like I have so many people who leave the call, come back to me and say, I'm sorry I left, you were right." And that's fine. Because
I'll start doing that.
what I'm saying isn't like untrue. It's literally just a perspective on it and a perspective of someone who's in the position they want to be in.
With the chicks, do you still fucking go as hundies or
But you need to pull it back a little bit on them. And the objections, I still go pretty hard on them.
yeah.
But like throughout the discoveries are way easier. They're usually a lot more emotional.
Probably burn through the rest of my savings and hate the world.
And then after that, what's the plan? Funny, so
Why is that funny?
yeah. You ask him, why are you
Yeah,
laughing?
I'll be like, I know as men, it's normal to kind of laugh at our situation and make light of things. But saying that out loud, how does that actually sit with you? That if you carry on like this, you're going to burn through all your savings and you're not going to have anything in place. Because like you got to let them know that just sitting laughing about shit like that ain't cool. Because like that's not what you want, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's not the life that anybody wants to live.
Got income insurance, but like what does the reality actually look like if you are out of work for an extended period of time?
Yeah, struggle town, man. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And that's not something that you want
What does that mean? Struggle time. Where's that? Never been. Tell me about it.
what does struggle town look like?
Yeah. Like don't let them away. We're just giving you easy cop out answers.
Go down?
Hell no. Yeah, I'm doing like um, I'm going through rehab my own sort of training and stuff and that sort of thing, which should put it all back into place. So that sort of things I'm not too concerned about in regards to my body because I know my body inside out. But yeah,
Okay, awesome. And so I've got a pretty clear understanding of where you're at now. In regards to, where it is that you're trying to go with this.
Like the reason that your discoveries, like the reason you're having such long calls, because I imagine there's a lot of objections, right?
No, not really. It was pretty,
Hmm. But the reason
nah.
like these guys aren't staying with you and buying is because we're not actually getting into the way they're thinking. And the huge advantage you have is the offer you're on. This is the shit that these guys like eat up. So when you're talking about, do you think that way of thinking is actually benefiting you? Because like this guy wants to write a book, I assume, about like mindset and thinking, right? But it's like your mindset is what's got you painting and losing all your savings and working and breaking your back. And it's our job to switch that mindset into the one that he wants it to be.
So would you say, okay, Tim, so you want to actually like coach these people on, changing their life, changing their mindsets,
No, no,
to
don't say it that forward, right? But this is what I'm talking about when I'm like what he's saying. So when he says I was a shit coach, I say, okay, well, why were you a shit coach? Oh, like I just couldn't get the right students, couldn't get whatever. Be like, really? You couldn't get the right students? Okay. But when it came to your coaching, I mean, what was the downside of that? And then he'd be like, I'm not really sure. He'd be like, okay, well, something that I've seen from other students and from your situation, it sounds like, is obviously if you're coaching people, then stopped and ended up back doing something you didn't want to, maybe it's a case of you gave up too easily and that rubbed off on your students. And it's like tying into what he says, the mindset stuff. Like you don't come out and go, after everything you said, man, fuck you gonna coach, you loser. Like you don't come out like that because that's asking for a gunfight. But it's about tying in what they're saying throughout the discovery into like the way they're thinking and the mindset around it.
coaching business. I understand you haven't even properly started the new one yet, and it's in
Mm.
the infancy stage, but what is the goal financially that you want to be able to bring in from this business so you actually can transition from your current job now to the coaching space?
Yeah, I guess at an annual figure, is that what you're kind of asking?
Yeah, I'd say per month, what are you looking to bring in from the coaching
Per
business?
month? I know an easy round figure, 8 to 10 a month to cover it.
Awesome. So we'll shoot for the stars here and go 10K per month.
Yeah, why not?
And
Don't say that. Shooting for the stars. Make it sound like it's fucking impossible. So like just say like so 10K makes sense. That's a pretty common goal. When it comes to 10K, why is that so important to you?
yeah, like once again, you mentioned systems, you need help with the offer. Is there anything else that you actually think you need specific help with to reach the 10K months with your coaching business that we haven't gone over?
Yeah, how to write a book, how to put all this information into a book.
Great answer. Anything else? Because this is me crafting your plan now. So because each plan is individualized and customized to each of our clients. So I need to know everything that you actually.
Why are we saying this now and not at the beginning?
Um, I was just like following the sort of structure, eh? I was like figuring out the goal, what he needs help with, and then future pace and the negative pace.
So your problem is you're justifying yourself to him. Like why you're asking certain questions and like explaining it as if he's gonna be like, why the fuck you asking me that, Cam? So like there's no need to tell him that now I'm crafting your plan. Because then he could be like, well, what have we been doing for the past 15 minutes? Right? And it's like
Yeah.
the whole call needs to make sense.
What do you mean Specifically. specifically by that?
Well, think about it, right? So this guy's 15 minutes into a conversation with you, and now you've gone. The reason me I'm asking these questions is because I'm crafting your plan now. What the fuck we've been doing the past 15 minutes then? Like it just doesn't make a lot of sense, right?
Yeah.
So like the biggest thing is like it's not a huge thing, right? But it's just unnecessary saying it there at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Much better at the start.
Okay. Help with, so I can then pass it on to Adam, Jay. We can start building this customized plan. So we've got the ability to actually write a book, the systems, the offer, anything else that we're missing.
I'd say everything, man.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's why that's a shit question too. Is like, do you think that what this guy's missing is the systems, the book, like the fucking offer, everything? Like, what do you think that's what's stopping him from doing it?
A part of it.
Nah, the only thing that's stopping him is that he's too scared to start. Because you got to think about it in order, right? It's like, yeah, you don't have the offer, you don't have the fucking writing, you don't have all of this. But if a guy doesn't even have the balls to start, it doesn't fucking matter, right? It'd be like if I went to the MMA gym and my coach was like, "Oh, what are we training today?" I was like, "I'm just gonna train my post-fight celebration." And he's like, "Bro, you haven't even done any jits yet. Like, what are you doing?" He'd be like, "Yeah, man, but like, trust me, bro. This is what I is. I need to get better at my backflip off the cage."
So,
It's
so
like,
what would you
No.
Because I did ask at the start, like, are you ready? Like, why are you ready to do this now? And he went into like the back and the fucking job he doesn't like and shit like that.
But you
So how would you?
dig into that enough and be like, so are you willing to settle for staying there? No, why not? Oh, because I don't want to. Okay, but you've settled for it for the past 6 months, so surely you can live with it. Like we need to hammer him on why now.
All right, at the very start.
Yeah, because this guy's still not sold on like doing it now. Like he's still just, and that's why he just fucking says, "Yeah, nah, cheers, bro." Because there's no urgency with him, and he hasn't overcame that fear yet either. And like
Yeah,
another thing, the uncertainty is like anybody who tells me I need everything, be like, you need everything. Yeah, yeah. Well, what about the 20 years of knowledge you said you had? Do you need that? No. Okay, so you don't need everything. No. So why'd you say it? Oh, because I'm not just not sure. Like it's just the fear again.
yeah,
I have industry experience with stuff and sales and all that sort of thing, but funnels. I haven't done funnels, so all those sort of things.
okay. Have you ever in the past like sought out help in a similar sense like you are now in regards to
Yeah,
actually bringing this coach? Yeah, run me through
yeah.
that.
So when I was with, so going back 2005, in 20 years ago, so when I first got into network marketing, which is when I first got into personal development. I heard of a lady named Kim Claver. She helped with systems in the network marketing industry, and it was basically sales and teaching you, all
Two
the
in two
steps on
times
getting
this.
clear on your target market, your
This
niche,
goes into his past shit.
He just didn't interrupt too much day. Yeah.
Yeah.
all those sort of things. So I've experienced in that side of things. Um, but what was the question again?
Have you sought out help before to get help
Hmm.
with everything like you said, funnels, offers, writing the book, client acquisition?
A little bit here and there over the years, but again, it was kind of separate and stagnant and a bit here and a bit there. And there wasn't any real sort of full system to follow really, unless it was in regards to network marketing. So yeah.
So you sort of took a little bit here and there. Like why specifically do you think it didn't work when they provided the different things to make it work?
Um, well, the one with Kim Claver, because I did that again with Isogenics, and I think part of it was me in regards to me not sort of um, I guess getting through the whole system or following through because it kind of coincided with me trying to find a last ditch effort to grow a network marketing business, and then by that stage, other people, so my leaders in my team and stuff, had dissipated from network marketing as well. So that kind of I lost my drive to sort of continue on as well. Um, so which that's actually how I met Jay, not Jay, his dad.
Kevin.
Yeah, through Isogenics. So he wasn't one of my leaders or anything; he was in a different team. But and the same with oh, it's anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, mostly me in regards to going all out. I guess is what it really comes down to.
Was there a specific reason that you didn't say going all in? Going all
Yeah,
in?
going all in, all
Yeah.
out. Yeah,
Was there a specific reason why you didn't go all in with those guys then?
I think with the latest one with Isogenics and stuff, it was mainly it's just my leadership team and that kind of dissolved as well. So there wasn't really the team behind you to sort of keep you
Hmm.
going or inspire you or coach you along the way and that sort of thing. So
So he lacks motivation, right? Needs accountability, needs someone to push him. So now what would be going in my head is like, I'm gonna have to fucking force this cunt to buy. Because like if you need motivation to do your job, like how hard is it gonna be for you to buy a program? So like these are warning signs that this guy is gonna need fucking killed.
and then I got
Okay.
kind of a bit sick of it as well.
All right. So were there other people in the team that succeeded in it, or did everyone not succeed with it?
In network marketing in general, most people didn't. Yeah,
Okay. Because we obviously are going to be there to provide the feedback.
What did he just do and what did you just do?
I just brushed over it.
No, so you asked, were there people who succeed? And you said most people don't. That's what network marketing's like. I said, okay. But there was people that succeeded, right? Yeah. Okay, what did they do that you did it? Because he just
Yeah.
justified an excuse and you just went, all right, man. I've been like, wait a sec.
Yeah.
Most people most people fail in the gym. How many people go to the gym and do fuck all with it? Like 90% of cunts that go there. Does that mean the gym don't work? Like a lot of people just use that excuse. Most people it doesn't work. Yeah, that's life. Like, most people live 70 years on the planet who fuck all with their life. Does that mean we should just give up on life? No.
Yeah, that's good.
So never let them just like use that excuse. So like most
Do you think it was worth going to, even though I fucked it up at the end, worth going down that past avenue of help, and seeing why it didn't work and digging into that?
yeah, yeah. Like it's one of the most important things to go into because it tells you what's going to be their problem.
Okay. So
Like
always dig into that, yeah.
you never meet people who go, the last program was awesome. It got me to 15, 20K a month. Like I locked in because they broke all their beliefs and they're on the path to succeeding. It's always the people, and like a lot of those guys are in the same programs as these guys who it didn't work. And it's like, no, it does work. You just didn't do anything.
Daily. We're gonna have leadership there. This is gonna be something that crumbles away. But do you think that was a very key aspect, was just having the support there to guide you through it? Because we provide all the support. We're always there to give feedback every day. But it's also, like you said, is going to ultimately come down to you actually asking high quality questions when challenges do occur, putting your hand up, asking for that feedback, showing up to the calls. So are you in that place now? So, once that potentially that first 3, 4 weeks of inspiration starts dissipating, there's a couple of challenges, are you going to be able to actually push through that?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Why? I should have said why. Okay. So in regard
Yeah, like you're just letting them away with being like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, why? Why is diff? Why is now different? Uh, Let's do actually. I know we've got really clear on where you're at now, where you're trying to go. We're very intrigued in the actual legacy piece for each of our clients. So it's all well and fun to have that financial goal, which is extremely potent and powerful, but on a more deeper level, like what does earning 10K a month from doing something that actually provides value and passion and utilizing everything that's in your mind do for you, and actually being able to step into that role that I would imagine causes physical injuries, but what does it actually do personally for you to be able to do that job that's a lot of meaning, passion involved, and earning 10K from it?
It's it just creates time and financial freedom, creates um, a legacy to leave your kids in a way. It creates a space to impact the world. Even if it's one person. It's what I used to think about all the time. It's like, any things that I used to do, even if I put, post on Facebook or whatever, even if it helps one person, like change someone's life.
Do you not feel
Make
like you're already leaving a legacy for your kids now?
not in that way. No.
I wouldn't went into that. I just said, well, where do you feel like that disappeared? Because think about
Sorry,
it.
I missed that fucking my fucking closer sent me a
Fucking
message, brother.
wake
Sorry,
up,
can't.
bro. Wake
Sorry,
up.
can't. My bad, my bad. He's
That
fucking
is
sent me something that tomorrow morning's call.
so he said that when he used to do it, a big thing for him was he always used to believe if I can help one person, it's worth it. Like I don't need to change the world, I need to help one person. And he's like, that's what kept me going. I'd have been like, okay, so why'd you give up then?
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Like if that's true, why would you give up? If all you care about is one geezer seeing your Facebook post, why do you care? Like, it's not true. It'd be like me saying I only care if one person sees my Instagram videos. Like, you fucking lying to you, right? And it's about calling that out because he's chatting a load of fucking grease.
No, why not?
Uh, Painting doesn't really do that.
No. But well, some painters would potentially disagree, but
Yeah,
for you
yeah.
personally, how would it mean to, or how would it feel to actually leave a legacy for your kids and be able to, impact not just one person but many?
So I'd have asked him there. I just said, okay, and let's say that you keep painting and you keep doing that and you keep relaxing. 10 years from now, how would you feel about that? Because again, I just want him to say, I would not let that happen. That's not going to happen. Why though? Like, painting's all right. You get to go to New Zealand for 2 weeks. It's all right. Nah, nah, I want out. I want out. And you want them to like fucking get me out of here, man.
I do at the end, like at the very end, but
But you want to do it throughout the
yeah,
whole call. Because then it just like
Uh,
plants more seeds.
It would feel amazing, man. Like a deep sense of accomplishment, pride, knowing that you've done, you leave the world a better place just for you living in it, things like that.
have you ever felt like that after doing something in your life before? That sense of feeling that pride and feeling
Yeah,
amazing?
yeah. So again, 20 years ago, when I was working at the Australian Institute of Fitness and teaching people to be personal trainers. Um, Back then, I could, I used to write positive messages on the board, like quotes and sayings and stuff like that. And I used to get letters or cards or things like that at the end of it, and um, yeah, people used to just say how much I've helped them.
So what's the other thing with this guy?
Mm, not sure.
So the big thing that he keeps talking about is how he used to be the guy that he wants to be now, basically. Like the Tim 20 years ago is the Tim that he wants to be, right? So I'd be like, okay, well, what happened? Like, why did you not go become that guy? Because that thing that turned him is where a lot of this fear and everything will come from. So I really want to focus on that and understand why that's happened. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like how would you ask him the question?
I'd say so. Okay, that makes sense. And 20 years ago, you'd say you got a lot of fulfillment and you were changing lives. Yeah, I did. Okay. And knowing that you were doing that, and obviously from what you've said to him, it sounds like you were very happy 20 years ago. You're proud of yourself. You're on track to leaving a legacy. What happened? What went wrong? And you just ask in like a very empathetic and trying to understand way.
Empathetic. I don't know you knew what that word meant, bro.
Bro, I'm one of the most empathetic guys you'll ever meet. I just say how it is, man, but I am super empathetic. You need to be in sales. You need to have some level of empathy. You can't just be a psychopath.
Like that. And again, as a personal trainer as well, or CrossFit coach, you see people transform and the differences in their life, stuff like that. So, and a little bit with the network marketing when they lose weight and gain clearer, sort of clearer path to health and that sort of stuff. So,
Awesome, man. Appreciate you sharing. And in regards to, because right now I think I definitely can help you. Will be a great.
Like he talks about how like good he was feeling when he was changing all these lives. It's like, so why the fuck did you start painting? Like I want to understand that transformation of going from being the guy who wanted to be changing lives to now just being a painter and hating himself. Like why did that happen?
It, but if we go down the path that doesn't work out or the coaching business doesn't come to life and you stay with the painting business for the next, however many years, what does that look like as well? Because, there's a quote I love and it's like you can't accept success if you also can't accept failure. So we just need to
mm,
get really clear on what is the path forward? What does the reality look like if this doesn't actually change?
yeah, it looks fucking dreadful. Oh, it's
Why is that funny? Like that definitely ain't funny. I'd be like, and I get it's normal to laugh about this, Tim, but like really, if you think about it, think about what you've just said. The path I'm on's dreadful, and that's funny.
I didn't know laugh with him there.
Huh?
Do I need to not laugh with him there
Yeah,
and just like
fucking.
be stoic?
Why would you laugh at that?
I think I was, yeah, it's just an unconscious fucking habit,
It's
obviously.
natural.
Eh?
Like it happens all the time. But it's like you can't laugh with them there. And you need to go like, listen, Tim, like I understand as men it's normal to laugh at our situation, That's how we cope. But why are we actually laughing at that? Like think about what you just said. My life's terrible. I'm on a terrible path. And that's funny. No, not really. Yeah, it fucking sucks. And we shouldn't be laughing at that.
Yeah,
funny because
I'll
everyone
work on
will,
that.
I've never wanted to be a painter, but it's been something I've fallen back on. And the last 10 years or whatever,
You see what I
it's just
mean,
been,
man? I was fucking, I had the cunt, but
But
it's
he's
still not
in it. Like
better.
he has himself.
Yeah.
Like he's aware enough, but he's not like he hasn't understood the level of consequence that goes in with if he doesn't change anything. Like this guy's already kind of self-aware. Like he knows he hates painting, he knows what he wants to do, but he just doesn't have the bollocks to go and do it. So it would have been our job to fucking pull the man out of Tim and say, "What are you gonna do?"
Yeah.
So if, and I always say I'll never be a painter for the rest of my life. So that's not even a reality I want to consider because fuck
Yeah.
that.
Have you been feeling
Yeah, we don't want to consider it, but maybe we should. Because I mean, let's say you keep doing what you've been doing for the past 6 months to a year. Where do you think you'll be in 10 years? I'm probably still painting. Okay. And do you think 10 years from now it's going to be easy to just switch to writing books? No. Okay. So maybe we should start to think about that might be a reality if we don't do anything. Because there he's moving like the road away. He's like, I'll never do painting my whole life. Yeah, you will. Guarantee you now, 20 years from now, you'll come across Tim painting. Like, I guarantee you.
yeah,
Because
it's my fault?
like if you're not thinking about that, that means that you know deep down that there is a reality there where that's still happening.
Like, feeling of dread and reality you don't want to consider a lot? Like, has that been a feeling that's been ongoing for a while or?
Only lately, like the last, so the last year or so, it's come back up. The previous 4 or 5 years,
Lately, that's a long time, Tim.
it was just a comfortable situation, and I didn't really think about it. Previous to that was where I was trying to make an impact. So it's really the 4 or 5 years in that gap is where I kind of just lost faith with the world and with myself. Really, not necessarily the world, but just myself. Was just like fuck it. Yeah, just had a bit of it. I'm starting to call it my little pause rest period. um, yeah, and yeah, now it's time to get back into it.
Was there something that actually prompted that feeling a bit over a year ago, you said, where you started feeling these negative emotions about the situation you're in? That's a long time ago. But was there a moment or a series of moments that transitioned from comfort to that feeling of dread?
Yeah, just being in a negative relationship. Just and it was being in that, not necessarily the relationship, but the environment. So because my partner at that time, my ex, she wasn't into personal development as like I was. She wasn't into making an impact in the world at all. It was just do her job and come home and I can watch Netflix and TV and stuff. So I kind of you get to a point where you look and you go, "Is this it? Like this is not what I want." So yeah,
All right. And the last question for me, man, is how much longer do you want to be living life like that?
I don't. So however long it takes to write a book and set up systems.
All right, man. Well, as I said, I think you'd be a great fit. I had a feeling it would be from our first conversation. I just need to get clear, as I explained at the start, the systems, the logistics sides, it's very streamlined, but it's ultimately going to come down to your drive and your burning desire to make this work. So
Did we
from here,
skip
man,
a
I can
bit
walk you through
there?
A to Z, how we're actually going to.
There was a part where I future paced him where he's like, "Oh, what would 10K do for you?" And he's like, "Oh, you'd leave a legacy for my kids and that." And I'm like, "Oh, do you not feel like you have a legacy for your kids?"
We watched that. That was the part where I was
Uh,
talking about the thing I would have focused on. Um, wouldn't have been that. It would have been what was it I said? It was like I want to
that
leave a
was when I
leg.
was fucking zoned out.
Yeah, he said something else. Oh fuck! What the hell did he say?
Oh, the impact on the person.
Yeah, that was what I would have focused on.
Yeah. All right. Well, we went through the pitch and it was fucking frothing it, and then at the end, he does a runner at the end. Like he does a runner. And then I called him up and got the $30 deposit, but it wasn't super long. Maybe at the hour mark.
Third month, we can start doing the rest, but I can look exactly what a
Yeah, go
quarter
back a bit.
would actually be. Discount starts, but
For now,
yeah,
and I'm not
okay, awesome.
willing to do that.
Well, we won't do that then. Well,
Um,
the most bespoke that we usually go is to get started. We have to put down a quarter. So it's a very common plan as we do split it up over quarters. So it'd be 2,250 USD to start, which is around,
Round four.
yeah, three something. I'll have a double check, but that's a recent thing we've actually brought in, but that is as bespoke as we could possibly go in regards to starting. And then we do quarter, the first, second, third, fourth month. We get live, and that's the third month. We can start doing the rest. But I can look exactly what a quarter would actually be.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that, man, to be able to afford that.
Hmm. So how much are you currently working with now, Tim?
Um, well, I've got savings there. I just don't want to use it for different reasons. I know I can. I know in a way, in 60 days or whatever, it's going to be, um, well, 4 months, 120 days, money should be coming in, I guess. Is that kind of the time frame?
100%, man. And the quicker you get the book live, the quicker we can start. Or in 2 months, yeah, 45 days, people start selling books.
Yep. Um,
So I know you said you could put a couple thousand down as a deposit.
yeah,
So, so yeah, we've done that before as well. It's like people have put down deposits and then, builds up enough to get the first quarter down.
yep,
But truly, man, it sounds like I want to see you get started as soon as as soon as possible. Frankly, man, you sound like you've got. Well, it doesn't sound like I know you have a burning desire. So we had the conversation at the start. So is it just a
yeah,
matter
man.
of putting down the quarter would just be really uncomfortable, or you just tangibly would be on the streets? Essentially, you can buy food if you put down the first quarter.
No, I mean, I'll be able to buy food and stuff like that.
You sure?
It's, um,
Where does we say that to me?
yeah, no, it's just a combination of, having that time off and then also now having another 2 weeks off and having that sort of buffer there, which is going to pay my bills and have food on the table for the next sort of 3 weeks until more money comes in. So, um, I
Is it a matter of like you could put down the quarter now and you have work over the next month, so when the second quarter rolls around, it wouldn't be as bad of a situation now. It's like obviously you're not going to put down half,
So I would have
but is
asked
that something that is doable?
no,
fucking
no, I'm
balls.
not going to
Fucking hell. I would have asked him. I would have said, okay, and let's say in a scenario we'd had this conversation in November, would you do it right now? And he would have said, mate, I would have been like, you don't sound fucking sure at all. Why wouldn't you have done it? Because right now he's giving you situational excuses, right? So I
Yeah.
want to remove those and just say, would you have done it? Then that's going to tell me whether he's got other objections. Because he's chatting a little awful. He said he had a bunch of savings.
do that just now. I'm going to have to really find a way to make this work.
Yeah, man, we're here to help you through it.
Because I do want to do this, and I know this is the right system that's going to help. I'm just going to,
Run me through what you think your process being. So I'm here to help you out through it, and like we create bespoke plans that best serve our clients. So sort of run me through sort of where you're at, your situation, and I'll see how I can
yeah,
actually help you.
the main thing I can, just so you guys know I'm serious and that sort of stuff, I can put a couple of grand down to say, to put me in the system or whatever without having to do anything because I haven't paid the quarter of it. But I don't want to spread myself too thin to then
Sorry about it.
to make everything else so fucking stressful that this is just too much.
Yeah, it's going to be stressful. I completely agree, but it's the whole point that we're doing this to lock in now is to alleviate that stress down the line as quickly as possible, so you don't have to be in that situation for
Yeah.
any longer than you can't be in. If that makes sense.
I know exactly what you're saying, and I've been down this path before a few times.
Yeah.
When you're paying for systems and stuff like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak to my partner because she got a payout a while back and has plenty of money sitting in her account.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
I'm going to chat with her and see if she can front me the money, and then we can go from there.
Awesome, man.
And
We
then
can do that, yeah.
that alleviates everything else.
Awesome, brother. Well, I guess the next step would be to put the deposit down to hold the case study position, and then we can book in a time in a day or 2 times. You can have a chat with your partner, and we can recommend anything like, man.
Yep.
Awesome. So is
Let me
it
just
the 2 grand, so I can make a link to do that now?
let me just check that my client has paid me.
And then he
Good time finishing
fucking
the job.
backs out
Yeah,
that
no.
dog.
Yeah, of course
The
he
fucking
did.
cunt.
He didn't think you were actually going to take his money. When he was like, yeah, I'll give you a couple of grand just to hold my spot. And, all right, so he's like, oh, shit.
I did get an email come through
Fucking
saying
cunt.
he has, but whether it's in my account yet, it's another story.
How many
Guys,
times have you had
that's-
cunty
you guys-
runners?
Huh?
How many times have you had cunty runners on you?
What, like payment debts?
Yeah, they're like, oh, something Wi-Fi dropped out of.
Oh my God. You know, the worst one.
What?
This day, I hate this guy.